Free TAFE and more university places. Looks like Labor is promising everything. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Well, we're getting ready for an election, everyone. You can see it here. Let's have a look at some of these promises from Labor. Free TAFE and more university places for a future made in Australia. There you go, free TAFE and more university. At least they're not, trying to trot out free university, because they've tried that in the past. Good old Labor, and it didn't really make any actual difference in who was attending. It just meant all the, whole bunch of people going to uni got free uni anyway. So, and remember, free just means the taxpayer is paying for it. That's what it is. So, an Albanese Labor government will deliver secure, well-paid jobs by investing in the skills Australia needs to drive future economic growth. Labor will provide Australians access to free TAFE, create more university places, and tackle the skills shortage that are holding back our COVID-19 comeback. Anything you do there is going to take half a decade before we actually start seeing any benefit of it. But I mean, okay, it's an election promise. Under Labor, Australians studying in an industry with a skills shortage will be supported through the provision of a free TAFE. A $1.2 billion future Made in Australia skills plan will focus on closing the gap in key areas of skill shortages with new places at university and TAFE. This is good policy for jobs, good policy for people looking to train or retrain, and good policy for businesses which need more skilled workers. Okay, this isn't actually any new jobs. Maybe a few jobs for teaching positions. This is just new training. Okay, they love the training. It keeps the young people off the streets. Doesn't mean there's going to be any work for them. If you want work, that comes from private industry. Okay, and where's all this money funding this going to come from? Well, it's going to come from private industry. The government will extract it out of all of its citizens and businesses via taxation. Will that create an incentive for people to establish businesses here in Australia? And remember, the part-time here in Australia for building wealth is investing in property. What's Labor going to do to discourage that? Why would you go through all the bullshit of starting a business here, dealing with people in Australia, dealing with the unions, dealing with the HR laws, when you get it made for a fraction of the price overseas? Oh, and let's not forget the councils you've got to deal with, and power that's getting even more and more expensive. For nearly a decade, the Liberal National Government has cut TAFE and slashed apprenticeships. Today, we have 85,000 fewer apprenticeships and traineeships compared to 2013. At the same time, it's gotten harder and more expensive to go to university, has it? The proportion of applicants who get an offer of a place at university has fallen every year since the Liberal government slashed university funding. This year, the offer rate fell to its lowest level in years. This has happened in the face of the stark economic reality that 9 out of 10 jobs of the future will require a vet qualification or a university degree. 1 in 4 Australian businesses are experiencing critical skills shortages. At the same time, there are 2 million Australians who are either looking for a job or want to work more hours. Free TAFE. There you go. Tax dollars. Remember, whenever the politicians say free, that's coming from your pocket. So rather than creating a situation where people can voluntarily donate to education for young people, the government's going to force you to pay for it. I'd rather co-contribution. People need to pay for their education so they appreciate it. What's wrong with the HEC system that we have now? Free TAFE will help rebuild industries hit hardest by the pandemic, like hospitality and what? Why do you need to go to TAFE for hospitality and tourism? I guess a bar degree, maybe a restaurant degree. Yeah. I just know back in the day when I was doing Ubering, talking to chefs, how terrible the qualifications were here in Australia. I'm sure plowing more people through TAFE for free and they'll chop and change and not be committed is going to make no difference. Anyway, as well as meet current and future needs in the care economy, including jobs like childcare, aged care, disability care, nursing, and community services. We'll also provide more opportunities for apprentices and traineeships and fill skill shortage gaps like those in trades and construction, resource, digital and cybersecurity, new energy and advanced manufacturing. At a TAFE, free TAFE will provide opportunities for school leavers, workers wanting to retrain or upskill, and unpaid carers, who are predominantly women, to get back into the workforce. Under Labor's plan for free TAFE, we will focus on those areas which are currently seeing a critical skills gap because of the Morrison government's neglect. Labor's future Made in Australia, I don't like that. They need to change their name. It should just be Labor's Made in Australia skills plan. Get rid of the future. It's now. You're gonna win and you're gonna get it in. Come on, Labor. We'll close this gap and boost the critical workforces by providing 465,000 free TAFE places, including 45,000 new TAFE places. Labor's $50 million TAFE technology fund will improve IT facilities, workshops, laboratories, and telehealth simulators across the country. Remember when we had Rudd with the building education revolution? Demolished buildings that were already there. Spent all this money, and now actual quality of education and outcomes are getting lower and lower and lower. Maybe they need to look at the curriculum and pull all the garbage out of it and make it actually achievable. Stop giving students a whole day's worth of work for homework. Maybe just that. More bloody taxes we have to pay here. I mean, this is Labor, guys. Remember, redistribution. They know better how to spend your money than you do. Additionally, Labor will work closely with industry and unions for opportunities which will allow workers to transfer and build on their accredited micro-credential training. Labor is committed to investing in the jobs of the future, which is why our $100 million new energy apprenticeships will encourage and support 10,000 applicants to train in new energy jobs and provide the additional support they need to complete their training. While many states and territories have invested in the skills and training sector, the Morrison government has neglected the backbone of our vocational education system, public TAFE. Isn't that a state thing anyway? Labor will end privatisation by stealth, ensuring at least 70% of Commonwealth vocational education funding is for public TAFE and more university places. Labor's future Made in Australia skills plan will also deliver up to 20,000 new university places. This will help fix areas of skills shortages and fill future skills needs by training Australians in jobs including engineering, nursing, tech and teaching. Places will also be prioritised for universities offering more opportunities for underrepresented groups, such as people in regional, remote and outer suburban areas, those who are the first to study in their family, and First Nations Australians. Year 12s have had their final school years from hell. Our students didn't ask for. Anyway, Labor's commitment will help lighten the load for school leavers in the future. So there we go, everyone. Freebies from Labor. What do you reckon? What do you reckon? This is going to be an interesting election, guys. It's going to be a grab bag of freebies from both parties. Free education sounds great, but it's TAFE, more university places. I don't know, guys. I think the current system we have has some benefits. People need to be financially committed to their education. And you need the jobs to go with it. There's no point graduating with it's actually disheartening graduating with a qualification and not being able to find any work. I know people in the architecture sector industry who studied hard and were frustrated they couldn't find anything when they came out. How are we going to create the jobs for these people? How are you going to incentivize business to create the jobs? We can't all be working at TAFE. What do you reckon? Do you think this will win votes? Let me know in the comments down below, guys. And check out this live stream I did where we looked at all of the Senate candidates in the last election. I'll find the video and I'll make sure to put it in here and you can check it out because we will go through every single party and Senate candidate at the next election, guys. It's a good, fun, long stream. I'll see you later.